Hey, how's it going guys? Blue Tempest here and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, we're gonna be talking about my most anticipated manga releases for 2022. It's a new year and that means new manga. I'm pretty hyped for a lot of these. And then at the end, I do want to also tell you guys what my wish list or maybe come up with some predictions for what I think might end up coming out this year. But also there are some really hopeful predictions that probably won't end up happening. So definitely stick around till the end of the video so you can know my thoughts on what I think will come out this year. But without further ado, let's get into my most anticipated manga releases of 2022. So to start out, I do want to talk about some new Shuzo Oshimi releases that are gonna be coming out this year. If you guys have watched some of my past videos, then you guys know that Shuzo Oshimi is my favorite mangaka as of right now. So I'm very, very hyped that we're gonna be getting some more of his works this year, starting with Welcome Back Alice. I actually have the first Japanese volume of Welcome Back Alice right here. And yeah, this series I am pretty excited for. I flipped through this Japanese volume and from what I can tell, it has a pretty interesting premise as you would expect from an Oshimi manga. This one kind of deals with like gender identity and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited, like I said, to get into it and to, actually be able to read this series. We're also going to be getting a one-shot from either Kodansha or Vertical, I'm not sure, but the series is Avant-Garde Yumiko. That one seems pretty weird as well. Either way, I'm still looking forward to that one, as well as Devil Ecstasy, which is a shorter series. I believe this one's gonna be like 3 volumes long, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, but this one also seems pretty interesting. I've seen some of the art from this series in the Oshimi art book that I do have. So yeah, that one also looks really weird, really sexual, but I'm still really looking forward to get into it. So yeah, those are the new Shuzo Oshimi manga releases that are going to be coming out. Welcome Back Alice does come out in February, so that one is not too far away, so I'm excited to finally have it in my hand, and I'm excited to read some new Oshimi manga this year. The next manga that I do want to talk about is Record of Ragnarok. Now this one is pretty much already out. It does come out this month of January, and I have seen some people already have this volume because as you know, with Barnes & Noble and Right Stuff, sometimes they do release volumes early. So this one is one I'm hoping to pick up maybe as soon as this weekend, and yeah, we'll see if I can find it early, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about Record of Ragnarok. This one seems like it's kind of like a battle royale type of series, or kind of more like a tournament arc, but it's the entire series is a tournament arc or something like that, where you have like these gods, I believe they're like Greek gods like Zeus and stuff, going up against the strongest humans, and it's about kind of, the humans trying to save humanity because the gods are trying to wipe out humanity. I think that's the gist of the story, but either way, I'm looking forward to get into it. It seems like it has some really good artwork and some amazing fights in it, so very excited for Record of Ragnarok. The next series I'm very excited to check out is Alice in Borderland. Now this one does have a live action adaptation that you can watch on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet, but it seems to be pretty popular, so I think that's why we're actually getting this series in the West. But also, this is from the same creator of Zom 100, but it seems to be a lot more of a darker and just a more mature series in general. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. This one also is kind of like a death game type of series which I do like those, but I have heard that Alice in Borderland is a particularly really good one with some amazing artwork. This one's going to be coming out in 2-in-1s, kind of similar to the Monster Perfect editions released by Viz. So yeah, very excited to get into Alice in Borderland. I am also very excited to get into Tokyo Revengers this year. Finally, we are getting Tokyo Revengers printed physically, and this one's going to be released by 7 Seas, which I'm really excited about. If you guys did watch my tier list video that I did do for all of the manga publishers, I did praise 7 Seas because they have some amazing quality. They are one of my favorite publishers, so I'm really looking forward to see how these Tokyo Revengers volumes look. And they are going to be 2-in-1s, which I am personally okay with. I think that this is going to help us, you know, catch up faster to the story, because I know that this series has a good amount of volumes out already. But yeah, we all thought Kodansha was gonna pick up the license for Tokyo Revengers physically because they do have the digital license, but no, we're getting it from 7 Seas, which honestly, I think is a huge win for them. So yeah, this is one of the most popular series in Japan. Also has a really popular anime adaptation, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. Next up, we have another series that is really popular right now. It is a newer sports series, and it's called Blue Lock. Now, this one is a soccer series that has some really fantastic artwork, some really cool looking character designs. I'm really looking forward to get into this series because I have heard nothing but amazing things about it. A lot of people really enjoy the series. This was also one that I feel like Kodansha was a little bit late on, but they are going to be releasing it physically, and I'm pretty sure this one is going to be just released in singles. So I'm very excited about that. As like I said, I've heard nothing but amazing things about Blue Lock, so yeah, can't wait to read that one as well. So we do have some new Shonen Jump titles to look forward to that are going to be debuting physically in 2022. The first of which being Sakamoto Days. Very excited about this one. I've seen some of the panels. The art looks incredible. I love the premise of this one. It's basically about a retired assassin that now works at a convenience store, and he seems like the type of guy who you wouldn't expect would be a assassin, but basically a lot of things from his past are starting to creep up on him, and he's kind of roped into fighting and being an assassin again. If I'm not mistaken, that's what this series is about. Either way, this one is in Shonen Jump. It's doing really well right now, so I'm really looking forward to getting into that one, as well as The Elusive Samurai. This one is also a newer Shonen Jump title from the same creator of Assassination Classroom. I do enjoy that series, so I'm looking forward to get into this one. This one seems pretty different as well. It's a more of a historical manga, maybe similar to Rurouni Kenshin. I'm not 100% sure, but the art seems really good in this series as well, so I'm looking forward to getting into that one. We are also getting Ghost Reaper Girl. This one is from the same creator of Rosario Vampire. This one also has really cool art. Love the character designs, love the vibe of this one, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out as well. Another series that I'm very excited for is called World End Salt. This one is from the same creator of Spirit Circle. So yes, a new series from this mangaka. I'm very excited for it because I did love Spirit Circle. So yeah, just good to see another manga of his come into print over here in the West. And that one is going to be released by 7 Seas, along with a couple more 7 Seas titles that I'm excited for, such as Darling in the Franxx. Now this one is going to be released in 2-in-1 omnibuses. And I did really like the anime for Darling in the Franxx. I know this one's kind of like a divisive one, but I don't know. I liked the anime. So I'm looking forward to get into the manga. I've actually heard that the ending in the manga might actually be a little bit better than the anime ending. So I'm excited to get into it and see what the differences are between the anime and the manga adaptation, because I'm pretty sure Darling in the Franxx was a anime original series at first, and then it got this manga adaptation. So yeah, looking forward to get into the Darling in the Franxx manga. And then another series that's going to be released by 7 Seas is called The Duke of Death and His Maid. Now this one does have an anime that recently came out. I've heard great things about it, but it does seem pretty under the radar. This one's a rom-com about a guy who anyone he touches dies. So he's known as the Duke of Death. But then his maid is kind of teasing him, even though he can't touch her. I'm not 100% sure what the whole story is about, but I have heard really good things about this manga series. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. It seems pretty cute, pretty wholesome. It does seem to have the typical things that I look for in a rom-com. So yeah, very excited to get into that one. And then the last 7 Seas title that I do want to mention is called Candy and Cigarettes. I honestly don't know too much about this one, but I did hear a lot of buzz when this one was announced to come out in English. The art, from what I can tell, is really, really good. This one's also about a pair of assassins. And yeah, like I said, don't know too much about this one, but I am looking forward to checking it out and trying it out, because from what I understand, this one is also a really, really good manga series. The last new manga that is going to be coming out that I'm excited about is one that's called Rooster Fighter. This one seems completely ridiculous. Viz is gonna be releasing this series, and it has some really incredible artwork, but the whole premise of this is just insane to me. It's basically this rooster who fights giant monsters. Yeah, the premise does sound super crazy, but come on, a rooster fighting monsters. I gotta pick that one up. I gotta see what's up with that. All right, and next I do want to talk about some special edition manga that is gonna be coming out this year. All of these aren't brand new series that have never been out in English, but I am excited that they are getting re-released in some new formats. The first of which is A Silent Voice. Now this is a manga series that is super highly praised in the community. I've been meaning to check this one out. It does have a box set, but I think I'm gonna hold out for these collector's editions. Now the Silent Voice collector's editions are gonna be oversized hardcovers. It is gonna be released in 2 hardcovers with some colored art in there and some extras. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking out A Silent Voice with this new release. I think these are gonna look super nice on the shelf. And then the next new edition that I'm excited about is No Longer Human, the adaptation by Usamaru Furuya. Now this one is a 3-volume series. These singles are really out of print, really expensive in the aftermarket, but this is a series that I've been wanting to get into. Junji Ito also did an adaptation of this series, which, you know, I might check out at some point, but I have heard that both adaptations are really different, and a lot of people seem to prefer this Furuya adaptation. So I'm looking forward to it. It seems to be a really dark psychological thriller. And by the way, this new edition is going to be an all-in-one edition, so all 3 volumes in one book, which I'm really looking forward to. And that pretty much does it for all of the manga that I'm hyped for this year, that we actually know about, that we actually know are confirmed to be coming out this year. But I do have a couple of predictions. I think some of these series will definitely come out this year, and I do want to talk about those. So yeah, this portion of the video is just kind of my manga wish list, things that I hope do come out this year. The first of which being a series that I think will come out probably this fall. Hopefully Viz announces this series to be printed very soon, and that is Blue Box. Now this is a new Shonen Jump series, and it mixes sports manga with romance. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this series. A lot of people have been really loving this in the Weekly Shonen Jump. I haven't read it yet because I am holding out hope for a physical release, and with the popularity, I do think that this one will get announced pretty soon, as well as Dandadan. Now this is a series that is written by one of the assistants to Tatsuki Fujimoto, the creator of Chainsaw Man. You guys know I love Chainsaw Man, so this one seems like it has kind of a similar energy to Chainsaw Man. Very dark and just fast-paced, and a lot of crazy stuff and just crazy action in general are present in this series. I've heard some really good things about this one. And this one, Viz recently started releasing the chapters in English on their Shonen Jump app. So I do think that means that we are getting a physical copy pretty soon, probably this fall. So very excited to hopefully get Dandadan this year. And then those two are pretty much my predictions that I think will for sure happen. The next prediction is one that I think is likely to happen. I really hope it does, because it is a series that I have wanted in my collection since pretty much the start of me collecting manga. And this one's not even a new release, it's a reprint. So hopefully Viz reprints the Claymore box set this year. This is one that I have been wanting for so long. I can't wait to have it in my collection, because either way I do want to pick this up at some point. I think that Viz will reprint this eventually, hopefully this year, because they reprinted the Rosario Vampire box set in 2021, which came out the same year that the Claymore box set came out. So I think if Rosario Vampire can get a reprint of the box set, I think Claymore can definitely get a reprint, because this one is, from what I understand, a even more in-demand series. And from my understanding, the singles are still in print. So I think it's just a matter of time that we will see this box set get reprinted. So can't wait for the day that it does. The next series I do hope gets printed is Oshi no Ko. Now this one is a series from the same mangaka as Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's one of my favorite series, so I would love to see Oshi no Ko get printed. I think that this one actually has a pretty good chance to be picked up by Viz Media. I know that this one is really popular in Japan right now. A lot of people have been wanting Viz to print this series, so hopefully that does happen this year. All right, so these next series that I'm going to talk about are pretty much just my hopes. A lot of these are really out there, really outlandish. I don't think that all of these will come true, unfortunately. These are just honestly my most wanted manga releases. Some of these are out of print series that I do want to get reprinted, and some are series that we've never gotten in English. So yeah, let's just get into it. Starting with Dark Horse. I would love to see them reprint some of their series, especially the ones that they never finished releasing in English, and some of them are just really, really out of print right now. So I think hopefully we will see a brand new deluxe edition from Dark Horse. I'm talking about the oversized leather hardcovers that they've done for Berserk, Blade of the Immortal, and Hellsing. I think it's time that we get an announcement of a brand new one of these to come out. Some of the series I'm kind of hoping for are Trigun, which is a series that I've been interested in for a while. Hopefully that one, you know, if it's not the Dark Horse Deluxe Edition, I hope that they at least reprint this in a new format or something. And another series I really, really want to read, but is super out of print right now, is Eden. It's an Endless World. Hopefully that one comes back. Now, like I said, these are really out there predictions. Honestly, probably not gonna happen, but one can dream, right? The next series I would like to see is The Drifting Net Cafe. This is a series by Shuzo Oshimi that has never been released physically in English. And with the popularity of Oshimi as of late, and just the amount of love that publishers have been giving him as a creator, like I said earlier in the video, we have gotten confirmation of some new series getting printed by him. So I don't think it's too out of the question that we will get The Drifting Net Cafe, because this one seems like a more longer form story. I'm not sure how many volumes, maybe like 8 to 10 volumes if I'm not mistaken, but this series is one that I really want to check out, mainly because obviously I am a Shuzo Oshimi fan, but also I'm really interested in the premise, and I have seen a lot of the artwork like from the art book that I do have, so I'm really hoping that this one does get released at some point in the future. Another reprint I would love to see happen is for Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Now, 7 Seas does hold the right to the series and was released in omnibuses by 7 Seas. If I'm not mistaken, there was only like 5 or 6 of these omnibuses released. I would love for these to get reprinted, because with how much I enjoyed Spirit Circle, and with the new series from the same mangaka coming out, I think 7 Seas could do a reprint of this series. So hopefully that's in the cards, or maybe even a new edition of Lucifer in the Biscuit Hammer. I think eventually we'll see that happen, but the sooner the better, right? And now we are getting to some pretty outlandish territory. Honestly, I don't really think any of these are gonna happen, but let's just, hope that these happen. If at least one of these does get announced or does get printed, I'll be just super happy, super excited. First of which being a reprint of Zatch Bell. Viz Media, please make this happen. I would honestly love if Viz or any publisher gave Zatch Bell like the Shaman King treatment, re-release this series in omnibuses. I don't even care if they're 3-in-1s. I don't care if they're ugly. Just please reprint Zatch Bell. I would love to own a whole set of this series. I do have up to volume 4 in the singles. And yeah, this one is just super out of print, super hard to find. So I'm not really holding out hope on completing my set of this series, but either way, the series was never completed in English, so I still think that we should get a reprint. Now, I don't think that they would reprint these volumes. Like I said, I think maybe an omnibus or maybe some sort of new edition with, updated covers and all that. I would love for that to happen. So I'm just crossing my fingers at this point that we do get something Zatch Bell this year. The very popular clothing company Hypeland, which does do clothing for other anime series such as Hunter x Hunter. They're recently releasing a Yu Yu Hakusho line. They're doing a Zatch Bell clothing line. So if, Zatch Bell is popular enough for them to want to do a clothing line of it, then I think that we can get a re-release of this manga. Some other new printings I would love to see are some re-releases of classic Tokyo Pop series. Now, I believe that the rights to the 2 series that I am going to mention are actually held by Kodansha now. So knowing that, I'm actually pretty upset because they probably won't print these series. But I would love to see GTO make a comeback. I think that this series needs a reprint. It's so popular. If this series got reprinted, it would fly off of bookshelves right now, because a lot of people really want to read GTO, myself included. I actually do have volume 1 of GTO and then 3 other random volumes of this series, because I would love to collect it, but it's just so impossible for me to try to find these volumes. They're so out of print, super expensive. So please let this get a reprint. And the other series that was released by Tokyo Pop that I would love to see reprinted is Initial D. Now, this one never got finished in English, and I believe, like I said, Kodansha owns the rights to Initial D. And we are getting an anime adaptation of the successor to Initial D, as well as the manga is gonna get published digitally in English. So Kodansha, you know, I think this one could happen at some point. If I'm not mistaken, Initial D did get like a new printing in Japan in like omnibuses or something like that. So I think if Kodansha reprinted this series in omnibuses, a lot of people would be interested in it. And then the next series that I would love to get printed is a series that's never been printed in English. Now, I honestly have pretty low hopes for this one, and the series is Zetman. Now, this is from Masakazu Katsura, who is one of my new favorite mangakas. He is known for Aizu and Video Girl Ai. This is more of an actual action shonen series. Seems pretty inspired by Batman because Katsura is just a huge fan of Batman. So yeah, I've heard amazing things about the series. The artwork looks incredible. Probably has like Katsura's best artwork in it because it's the last long series that he did right. So I would love to see this one get released in English at some point. I do have pretty low expectations because of how niche it is though. But that's not stopping me from at least crossing my fingers and hoping that this does get printed in English at some point. And then the last series that I want to talk about is the obligatory, please someone pick up Kingdom. Please someone print Kingdom. Now, if you don't know what Kingdom is, it is one of the highest rated seinen manga series on Mal, as well as just one of the most popular series in Japan. I believe for the last like 2 years, Kingdom has stayed in the top 10 manga sales in Japan, which is insane because this is a series that is just really long. I believe there's like 60 plus volumes out right now in Japan, but we have never gotten this in English. I think if, you know, Dempa can pick up Kaiji, which is another series that is super long, I think that someone can pick up Kingdom because this one will sell. If they do some sort of like a hardcover, maybe a 3-in-1 of this series to, you know, speed up the process of us getting the volumes, that would be amazing. I don't know. I just hope that one day we do get a printing of Kingdom. I think with the way manga sales are going, with the way just the manga community is growing, I think it's not super out of the question that we will see Kingdom one day. But I don't know. That pretty much does it for this video. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you guys think that my predictions are completely outlandish? Do you guys want to see some of these manga series get printed? And let me know what your predictions are as well. And also let me know what manga series you guys are hyped for, whether they're some of the ones that I did talk about earlier in the video or they're ones that I didn't mention. Let me know down in the comments. But if you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do want to say a big thank you to you guys for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I am planning on doing a giveaway and a special video in commemoration of me reaching that milestone. So you guys can look forward to that happening very soon. But with that, guys, make sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as you can follow me on Mal. I've left the link down to those in the description. And with that, guys, that does it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.